Hello, everyone. Very excited to be here and talk a bit more about Gen Alpha and what's coming next. But I wanted to start with a little anecdote, a little story. Does anyone know what this is? Yes, La Boo Boo, correct. Latest craze of Gen Alpha. So a story from the summer, basically. So I'm an old millennial, very old millennial, but I'm still millennial. I have a Gen X husband, 2 Gen Alpha kids, and my mom is a baby boomer that helps us around the house. So generational misunderstandings. So I read about a Labubu in InStyle this summer as this accessory that you put on your handbag. I thought, cool, okay, maybe I don't need that. Fine. And then September, school started. My son is 9, came back home. I need a Labubu. All the boys have Labubus, Mama. I need a Labubu. I was like, okay, right. Didn't expect that. And there we go. I bought him a Labubu, and he came home on a Friday after school and said, yeah, I've got a Labubu, great. And my mom was with us, the baby boomer. She comes running out of the kitchen. No, I made hot chocolate for everyone. No Labubu. So she thought it was some sort of new drink. So much for generational misunderstandings. And I talk a bit more about Gen Alpha story and talk. So welcome everyone. My name is Pia. I'm Chief Brand Officer of creative ad agency 10 Days. We make brands rich and famous fast. That's what we always say. And I've been looking into generational research and future trends for the last 10 years. It all started with Gen Z, basically. I was working with Coca-Cola and AB InBev at the time, and they were obsessed. Gen Z doesn't consume sugar, they don't drink, what do we do? So I started to understand that generation in a little bit more detail, and have now moved on to specializing on Gen Alpha, the future consumer that literally breaks all the rules. So so I wanted to start a little bit more about who Gen Alpha are. Let's do the basics first. So the oldest ones are 15 years old. This is the cutoff year, basically. From next year, we have Generation Beta. 70% of the parents of Gen Alpha are millennials. 9% Gen Z, Gen Z parents. Millennials parent different to Gen X, for instance. Millennials think about their parenting style, they're more empathetic, they're definitely more controlling when it comes to tech usage. So Gen Alpha is growing up with more control, parental controls, anyone? I'm sure there are a couple of parents that are familiar with that. So drone parenting, there's a term for that. I'm very good in that myself, I would say. They are now the largest generation on the planet. I actually had to look that up. 24% of the global are Gen Alphas on the planet. They're the more culturally diverse. For the first time, children of color make up over half of the US youth. And they're going to lead a longer life, mainly driven by the understanding of our bodies, driven by tech as well, and they're more global as well. They have more global understanding. They hang out on YouTube. That's where they get an understanding of the problems the world is facing as well. So they're going to dominate, or already dominating, the future consumer and employee base. And they have their own language. Skibbity. Skibbity toilet, anyone? YouTube meme that was faces in toilets, just funny, has really no meaning. This word was added to the Cambridge Dictionary this year, skibbity. Also, the daughter of Kim Kardashian had it engraved and gave it to her friends, and that made it even cooler. So skibbity is something that you need to know. Another word that was added to the Cambridge Dictionary is delulu. That's more Gen Z, delulu, delusion, culture. And another word that Gen Alpha likes to talk about is bra. First, I thought my kids were calling me bro, and I said we don't talk like that here. Bra means also bra. When I used to say cool, great, they say bra. Okay. So yeah, but all these new words in their language, they all have a positive meaning. There is something about positivity with Gen Alpha, and that's also something they're yearning for. 49% of UK Gen Alpha say fun is most important factor in brand communication. Disney Plus is a favorite streaming channel for Gen Alpha. They say that Gen Alpha is yearning for positive, uplifting content. K-pop Demon Hunters, anyone? It's highly choreographed, catchy songs that are positive. This is what Gen Alpha is looking for. And then I have another example, which I got aware of last week. So it's 6-7. So I'm not doing it right. My kids will kill me when they see that. So that's a new thing. I've got a little video that I can play here. I don't know if I just press it.
This is the most searched slang word in Massachusetts this year. 6-7. If you're a parent, if you're a teacher, you know exactly what we're talking about. Gen Alpha kids, they're saying this in this sing-song voice. What does it mean? Experts say nothing. Started from a song called Doop Doop.
So it comes from the song Doop Doop, where the rapper, how is he called? Skrilla, talks about 6-7, and that became then a YouTube meme that Gen Alphas have been watching, and it means nothing, but it's really cool, and you're part of the club. So I'm pretending to be part of the club. 6-7. So finally someone said ice cream. There was another boy that I didn't put in here, said sweets for everyone. This is what kids should be thinking about. Silly things, fun things. Look how serious they are. Look how grown up they are. These are kids between 8, 12 years old. And why are they aware of these world problems? It's because they watch YouTube. And they're aware of what's happening in the world and what's going on globally. And they are motivated to change it. They are definitely a climate-first generation. I mean, there's no saying against it. 79% think studying climate change is very important. In the UK, there's a new GCSE that has just been added, natural history classes, where you learn strategies to combat climate change. So, and that's what Gen Alpha is yearning for. They want to understand it better. They want to work towards that. 35% have asked someone to pick up litter. I think 26% of Gen Alpha kids have asked an adult to change their behavior and be more sustainable. This is really second nature to them, and it's really important. So if you think about brands now and how they communicate and what they do, sustainability is not a communication topic. It's just something that you do. It needs to be second nature for brands because it's second nature for Gen Alpha. And when I describe the mindset of Gen Alpha and what they really focus on, or if you want to target them, if you want to really understand them, it's truth, tech, togetherness. So truth is all about them being really savvy. They know when they're being advertised to. They know when they see an ad. And they can sniff it out from a mile off. So they want pure honesty in storytelling. Tech, they're the iPad generation. 2010 was when the iPad came out, when Instagram was launched. That's the world they are grown up in. 25% of Gen Alpha kids speak to an Alexa device daily, but only 11% call their grandparents on a daily basis. But also 25% of the 15-year-olds, so the older Gen Alpha, said they would give up social media immediately, but not the gaming. So they are on Roblox, Minecraft, Fortnite, and they're also on YouTube. That they wouldn't give up. But social media, like Instagram or maybe TikTok. Why is that? Because of sharenting, because the parents are on Instagram and they share, and it's too embarrassing. So it's kind of what happened with Facebook. It's sort of starting to happen with the other social media channels. And they're all about togetherness. They're very diverse. They're very inclusive. Anti-bullying days are part of the curriculum. They're more together as any other generation. So I've looked at all of these in a little bit more detail. So they demand radical transparency from brands. 62% trust brands that admit a mistake. It's this brutal honesty. And it's all about fandom and real fandom. So, I mean, this is just an example of fandom from K-pop culture that has come up. But Alyssa Etchier summarizes it really well. And this is the Sephora generation of 15-year-old girls. And she describes 3 brands that are really connecting with this audience and what they're doing right. I think that.
These 10-year-olds are about to become the hardest generation to sell to in history. And 99% of brands have absolutely no idea what's coming for them. They're highly impressionable and influenced. They can sniff out an ad faster than a millennial, and they don't even have a credit card yet. I don't know about you guys, but when I was 9 years old, I was playing with Barbies. Today I'm breaking down exactly what's happening with the Sephora generation, why traditional marketing is already dead for this demographic, and most importantly, the strategies that the smart brands are using right now to capture this audience's attention before their competitors even realize what's happening. So let's talk about what's happening with Sephora right now, because it's not just about kids wanting makeup. There is a complete cultural shift that's actually a marketing goldmine. 10-year-olds are walking into Sephora with shopping lists longer than their parents. And they know the name brands. They want Drunk Elephant, they want Rare Beauty. They've researched the ingredients, and they can explain exactly why the $76 retinol is better than the $7 alternative. There are TikToks going viral of 12-year-olds breaking down skincare routines like they're dermatologists. And the smart brands are leaning into this.
So I'm going to stop it here. So this goes on, but it's really about Drunk Elephant, for instance. That's the brand that she brings up here. It's all about education. This brand has been about education and user-generated content from the beginning, but it's also highly designed, collectible products, really, that look beautiful with funky colors. And Gen Alpha finds these brands on YouTube, on TikTok, these little tutorials. They understand the ingredients, what's good for my skin, and also early skincare routines is something that mothers have nothing against, because what's bad about a skincare routine when you're 12-year-old and you're entering puberty? So the understanding, the education is already starting. Stanley Cup, the really big water cups, they've made it collectible in funky colors with accessories that you can buy, so you can personalize it as well. So another brand that has created this fandom effect as well. And this is another brand that has just launched, and I thought that was really interesting. So Salish Meta, anyone? So her dad, Jordan Meta, has 32 million followers on YouTube, and Salish is his daughter. She's 15. So he talks about her, and she has her own Instagram channel with 4.5 million followers now. She just launched her own skincare range, 4 products, Sincerely Yours. And it was launched in a mall in New Jersey, and they expected 100 people to show up. 80,000 young girls showed up. They had to shut the event down, and what they did after is this video. It's 30 minutes long. I'm not going to play it, but I'm going to play a little bit of it, to say, I'm sorry. It's Salish and her dad behind the scenes running around. We want to be there for our fans. We want to talk about the product. It's this honesty. This event was a complete disaster, but because they posted everything on YouTube, it was fine again. It's completely sold out, this brand, and was a huge success. So much for fandom.
80,000 fans swarm American Dream Mall as teen star Salish Matters pop-up spirals into chaos.
Sincerely Yours skincare line, one of the largest events the mall has ever hosted.
Media reports describe the event as pure chaos.
When an estimated 80,000 fans showed up, overwhelming the venue.
No! Salish!
State police intervened and shut down the event early amid safety concerns.
Dad, we can't end it. People came from...
I know.
All of this just to not see her.
So it's very dramatic. So it's 30 minutes long. We don't need to watch it all, but you get the gist of it. It's truthful storytelling, drama, fandom, and this is what we see is really connecting with Gen Alpha. And then tech, 71% have purchased after seeing a product from an influencer or on YouTube. Ryan's World has 38 million followers. There's another channel called Ninja Kids, has about the same amount of followers. Yeah, these channels are watched by Gen Alpha kids. So as I said, my son is 9. He watches Ninja Kids. He likes that a lot. And recently I said to him, we're going to New York after. So I'm from London originally from Germany. We can all hear that. But I have been living in London for 20 years. So we are going to New York after Christmas, and I was telling my son, yeah, what do you want to do in New York? I want to go to Target and Walmart, and if we have time, 7-Eleven. I'm like, what? So much for, thank you for Ninja Kids who go to Target and Walmart, or partner with Target and Walmart, and he thinks it's the coolest store ever. Yeah, so it's really happening. That's where they find out about new brands. That's where they find out where they want to go. But also, Gen Alpha are highly educated and are yearning for learning new things. As I said about how to change and impact climate change, 54% follow an educational YouTube channel or app, Duolingo, very popular with young girls in particular as well. And they're going to be the most educated generation on the planet as well. So apparently 90% of Gen Alpha kids will have a high school degree compared to 80% of Gen Z. Togetherness, as I said, they want to solve the world's problems together. And they're more accepting than other generations as well. 61% of Gen Alpha children in the US say helping others is one of their top priorities. We heard that in the interviews as well, helping the homeless. And 96% of Gen Alpha kids believe in fair treatment as well. And apparently 60% of Gen Alphas discuss how they can combat climate change in school in groups together on a weekly basis. And this is a survey that I just found by BinoBrain, and it shows the coolest brands for kids and teens now. And the brands that we see there, as I mentioned, YouTube, one of their favorites, Netflix right up there, all the streaming services, Roblox, Minecraft, Xbox, Nintendo. And then there's the Starbucks and the McDonald's in there, but it's mainly tech brands. And then I asked my kids, just wanted to know, what do you think are the coolest brands? So again, and we look at this after, because we can see where my son got influenced, and my daughter is definitely a Sephora. So basically, my daughter just talks about skincare, Starface, the pimple patches. They've done a great job. I'm just waiting for my next pimple so I can put on one and look young and cool. And my son loves Vans. You can see he wears a T-shirt, and they all love Nike as well. But where does Vans come from? So it's Van World in Roblox. So that's where they can be skater, they can have different shoes on. So that's where they get influenced. This is just a little video to show you how it looks like and how it works. So yeah, a lot of brands have invested in Worlds and Roblox. And Gucci has done something very interesting. They've partnered with Vans to reach Gen Alpha, not to sell to Gen Alpha yet, but to create brand affinity. So they created a limited edition sneaker that you can see there. With enough points, you can get that sneaker or win that sneaker. I'm not entirely sure. There's a little competition, and they have a long-term partnership with Vans to already connect and talk to this next generation. One of my favorite examples of how to engage a younger audience is Lego. Obviously, Lego has it easy, one would say. They all are aware of it, but they do go one step further. They do go and look at how can we help Gen Alpha further? How can we engage them further? And particularly as Gen Alpha is raised by millennials who are more aware of the dangers they're facing with technology, is that Gen Alpha is more aware that they need to switch off. They play online, they communicate via the games with their friends as well, but they also know that they need to switch off. So offline events and in-person events are very, very important as well. And LEGO is doing a great program which is called Build the Change.
In 2023, Build the Change gave a voice to over 2 million children around the world.
Wow.
A free program by the LEGO Group that sees children reimagine tomorrow by taking on challenges that our planet and people face today, all through play. They come up with ingenious, inspiring,
We had to make a hospital inspired by a lobster. I know it sounds weird.
surprising solutions with any materials available.
Làm cái mô hình này em có thấy vui không?
Immersed in exciting places and important issues through easy-to-use resources for educators and caregivers, as well as online and in-person experiences.
To limit the impact of climate change, we'll need more ideas. Ideas like yours.
In schools, events,
Are you guys ready to have some fun today?
and at home. This matters because children care about the future.
The animals need to help the plants need to help us.
This is a convention that, could really help and change the planet.
And we'll need everyone's creative ideas to build a brighter one.
I made a home for the bees.
I get to explode with all my creativity that I have built up inside.
Their ideas can change the world. They just need to be heard. Together, we can build the change.
So they're touching on technology, it's online resources, in-person events, and they're touching on truthful storytelling. How can we work together to combat help climate change? How can we? There's one program that they have, create the School of the Future. How can we create that together? So being that helping hand and also creating different events, it's great. There's another brand that does it really well. It's Elf Cosmetics. Elf Up, again, in Roblox, is a world where you can have your own beauty salon and you learn how to be your own boss. And using play as sort of education. Again, that's something that is also very good. So yeah, Gen Alpha is very creative. They respond to creative environments, but also always wanting to learn. And brands need to tap into that. So, but where we stand is also that they're scared, and they're more apprehensive of AI and what's coming towards them as well. So they're scared of the world problems, but then I recorded my daughter saying this. She's scared that AI will take away all the jobs of the future. She doesn't know what she wants to do when she's 12 years old, what she wants to do in the future. So they are a little bit scared of what's happening in the world. They're more aware than any other generation before as well, because they have access to all this information. But I do think it's a massive opportunity now for brands to connect with Gen Alpha. As we said, they're yearning for positive storytelling, for fun, for something that takes it away for them. And I think that's a brilliant opportunity for brands to engage with them now. And it's all about fun edutainment. Bring them on your journey, what you're doing as a brand. If it's in B2B and B2C, educate them, involve them, ask them questions. They are super creative. They want to be involved. They want to solve the problems of the future. And they want to know what you're doing as a brand and want to help you as well. So tell your story, tell it online and offline, make it fun, and build trust with transparency and support for Gen Alpha as well, I would say. And always ask yourself, is it fun? Thank you.